Hey guys, so I may be getting an editing app soon, so maybe I can start actually fixing these videos. Yay! Instead of constantly recording every time I mess up. Yeah, I don't know, I'll probably need help from my friend. I was also thinking about doing more reviews, so before I start, if you have a character or story, I will do story, that I'd probably be better at story, that you want reviewed or such, please send me a link to them. I want to do more of these. They're actually pretty fun to do. And it's giving me an excuse not to write. I mean, I love you guys. So this time we're going to continue beating our dead horse. We're going to beat it into a little pulp by yelling about these CPOCs. So this time we're going to do rip-offs and relationships. Oh, fun. So, rip-offs. Oh my god, these are the best ever. This is what most characters are. You either have ones that are completely ripped off of another creepypasta. My dog's licking my hand. You'll have ones that are either completely ripped off another creepypasta, or ones that'll be ripped off of several creepypastas, or they'll be based off of movie or real-life serial killers. We'll start off with the ones based off of creepypastas. These are more common, these are the ones that are called out, these are the ones that are noticed. Oh, fun. So these are the ones that usually look like Jeff the Killer, or Isle Shack, or Ben Drown, or Slenderman, and are somehow related to them, or like them, and are a complete and utter ripoff, because apparently originality does not exist in this world. It's just so many of them, and people don't think before they do, like, why does it always have to be called the killer at the end? You could make such a scarier name, or you could have a real name to them. I mean, you could give them an actual name. A lot of serial killers are named based off of their kills. Shouldn't it be based off of that? If you got a demon or monster, do some ancient name to them. Like, I have one that's a harpy. Her name's Demophile or something. She wasn't even born with a name. She named herself and took the name. I'm not going to even go and explain my OC. That's terrible. Don't take off of the other characters. It's pathetic. It's a lack of originality. I mean, I could beat this one with the bad for hours. I could beat the people with these words that do this. I don't think they'll get it through their skulls. You can't rip off of other characters. Give your own personality. Give your own traits. Stop doing the same thing. You want to do someone dressed up? Okay, fine, have them dressed up. Don't have them match Slenderman. Oh, you want to have someone with... You want someone who smiles a lot? Okay, don't make that smile cut or they can smile. Paint it on. Paint it on. Oh my god, you can do that. There you go. That hasn't been done yet. Smiles are overdone, but if you do it right, you can do your own thing. Stop carving or stitching smiles in. It's so overdone. Don't have to do things to the face. You can do something to other body parts if you want to make the features. I mean, carry something out to do more than just the face. Don't copy other characters. If you want to take little features of them, okay, you know what, that happens. If you want to take little features that inspired you, alright, but add your own little twist. Don't completely take from them. Don't make a whole bunch of random teenage killers that are just like Jeff the Killer with no real background or story that you just want to do to ship with others. She'll handle the relationship thing. It's really pathetic. It doesn't take long to think of. It may take you a while to draw, but it does not take long to think of. There's some pretty good original ones out there. Look at them for inspiration. And then you can look at the ones that are ripped off of real life and movies and stuff. These are the ones that aren't usually called out. They're usually not noticed as much. They're usually not pointed out. They're not pinpointed. They're not yelled at for these, even though they're still ripping off someone else's character, someone else's life. And it's usually ones that are either more known or that have more specifics to them. I don't think these are as common, but I have seen a few. And they're always painted as the reincarnation of the killer or something. And it's like, okay, if you do it right, it can be nice. It could probably be decent, but you don't need to take from games and stuff. Get your own original ideas. And then if you are going to take from these, take from ones we know less about. I believe we know little to nothing on the Zodiac Killer. Never caught and such. Didn't pinpoint certain groups. Do something like that. Based off of a killer that wasn't well known, or a killer who died after, who wasn't a serial killer, but managed to get in a murder or two before dying themselves. Do something like that. Oh wow, it sounds kind of like Arnold Stone stuff there with one of his stories. Do something like that. You don't have to just copy off the character, and then you change so much off that person. You're like copying a real person or something. You know what? Copycat killers happen. Okay, cool. You aren't actually being a copycat killer. You just stole the name because you want to be famous. And maybe some of the backstory. Maybe you included them somehow. It's, again, pointless and absolutely no creativity to that unless you're adding, unless you're taking a killer we know nothing about and adding a lot to, or taking a killer who died and I wouldn't really make him much of an OC, but it would work really well for a story. But again, this is focusing on OCs. I could give you a whole new rant on stories. Oh, I'm gonna add that in here. We're gonna fit stories in one of these videos. Just don't take little details off them. If you want inspiration from them, take the inspiration, but do not base it completely off of one character. And in the inspiration you take, add your own little piece to it. Add your own piece. Add some. Twist it. Tweak it. Make it so you like it. Don't make it so it looks exactly like another character, a gender bent or something. Don't. It's just not. And don't make it solely. I don't know. I think we should go off with the relationships on here when I say don't make it solely for shipping. I hate that. Hate, despise, want to burn shipping. You know what? It's a fun, cute little thing to do. If you want to talk to another creator and actually ship characters, go right ahead. If you want to do little crack ships, go right ahead. But if you try to do an official ship and you don't talk to the creator of the other character, or don't do that. You take away so much from the character. If you want to do silly little crack ships, fine, they're fun. But you take away from the character when you suddenly shift their focus to actually being shipped with, ship your focus, to actually being shipped with another character. It ruins what you have, it ruins your idea, it ruins what you're doing, and it takes away from the character. Now, if you want to talk to another creator and you want to do this, and you can actually have a good idea, and you believe the characters work really well together, go ahead. Go ahead and ship them. Just don't make the whole focus of everything being shipped. I hate it. If you want to ship in RPs, go ahead. Ship in RPs. You can do whatever you want in RPs and fanfictions and such. But unless you have really good reasoning, don't go shipping your characters. I hate it. It just takes away. It's suddenly, this character was this amazing person. Wait, it was only made to ship with this character. And there's no reasoning for the ship. It's just shipped to be popular. I hate ships. Keep your character as they're supposed to be. Keep the other characters as supposed to be. If you talk to the creator and you guys want to do a ship, go ahead and do a ship. Otherwise, you're causing trouble. And there's going to be a lot of trouble probably with other ships too, because ships just irritate people. Now, there's people who it irritates because they feel it takes away from the character, like me, and then there's people who are irritated because they think they own the character, which is frightening. If you want to do a ship, go ahead. And I think oftentimes it's easiest to do it with your own characters, because you're probably going to get the least from that. and it's just the easiest to organize. But if you really want to ship your character with someone and you think it will really work, talk to the other creator about shipping them. Now, if you want to ship with a popular character and in which you cannot get hold of the creator, I would say leave them single just because of the problems you're going to face. And again, when you ship with a popular character, it often feels like you're just trying to take the popularity, or that you make your character only to be shipped. And it's not good. If you want to ship them as a joke, or you want to ship them in RPs and stories, do it that way. But do not ship them unless you can get in contact with the creator of the other character you want to ship your character with, and they agree to the ship. Because otherwise, you're going to get a lot of stuff. It's going to make it seem like your character is only made to be a ship character, and it takes away from the character, because suddenly you got this scary creature, and suddenly it's dating? What? I mean, it can happen. Killers can fall in love. Monsters can fall in love. It happens, especially when they still have a full range of emotion. But make sure it makes sense. Make sure you agree with the other creator. Like, I'm fine with ships when both creators agree. I'm fine with crack ships. I'm fine with ships that make sense, as long as it does not take away from the character and we are just spammed with those ships. Because when that character suddenly becomes all about the ship and all you see is their ship, it ruins it. And that's why I hate ships. Most characters are to be shipped, and it's ridiculous, and it's overdone. It's like, it's overplayed. Your character is more than who you ship them with. So stop making them and make sure it makes sense, like the person you're shipping them with would actually like them or would actually be shippable. Make sure the character's not with someone else. Make sure the person doesn't have an emotional issue that makes it so they can't be shipped. It's a problem. Wow, I absolutely sound like a terrible, ridiculous person saying ships are terrible now. I don't mean it, like, I only mean it when it takes away from your character and stuff, and that's all we see, and that's usually what happens with ships. I have not seen a single ship where that character suddenly goes from being this one person to suddenly only being part of the couple. Especially with more popular characters being shipped together. It's no longer that one character, it is part of a couple, and it takes away from them. And it ruins them, and that's why I don't like ships. I don't care if you're in another fandom, ship away. Actually, no, I shouldn't say that. If you're in certain fandoms, it's fine, ship away. But with creepypastas, I think the ships take away from the character. I think it steals from them. I think a lot of ships make no sense. If you're going to put people together, put them together in a way that makes sense. Please. It needs to make sense. I'm gonna start hitting my head on the door behind me if I keep thinking about ships, but I'm actually closer staring out in space, so I'm sorry if I stop talking. And again, how did they even meet with stuff like that? Why did they meet? Why did they fall in love? How did they go on dates? I mean, if you have a monster, you're probably not gonna... Shipping's not gonna go so well there. And try to be careful shipping different species unless it can make sense. I'm sticking my hand out under my door and my dog keeps coming over and licking my hands. Actually, I can only stick my fingers out with fat hands. What was I saying? I got distracted. I'm sorry. And So if you want to do a side, if you're gonna make it a small side thing, if you're gonna give reasoning, if you're gonna talk to the other creator, if you want to do a crack pairing, or you want to do it in your own RPs and stories and stuff, then go ahead and ship. But if it's taking away from your character, if they're just becoming one from a pair, then don't do it. Please, don't do the ships, not in this fandom. It's not just when the shipping, but all the friendships. Like, why are you all friends? How did you even meet? Why do you suddenly know all of these other characters? Okay, I can see it with the proxies they serve. Slenderman, I get that on occasion they may need to work together. Holy cow, there you go. You might have friendships form there through business and stuff. But again, I will cover that with proxies later when I have to think about that. But with their friends, I don't like it. Like, I feel like a lot of people do it 'cause Slender Mansion, and personally, I don't dislike the idea. I like the idea that there are these places. I don't think it should only be in one place. I think there should be these different houses in different areas because this is worldwide, in which if in trouble and need of shelter for a while, no Creepypasta actually lives here, but they can go here if they need to for a while in absolute desperate measures. But in return, they have to pay back whoever runs the mansion. Now, I don't think Slenderman should be running all of the mansions. He does not have the free time for that. But maybe there is someone who's running mansion. Hey, maybe that's an idea. Maybe you can make the runner of the mansion and have it where the characters can go there in times of need if they're about to be caught or something. And in return, they'll have to do something and make some sort of payment. I think it should work more like a hotel, because personally, I do like the idea. I just don't like the way it's played out and used, and I don't like the idea completely. I like the concept, I guess, generally. But still, with them all being friends. Why are they friends? What do they do together? Do they go on killing sprees together? I know a lot of serial killers are very interested in serial killers. So do they talk about how they kill and stuff? Is it their moment of actually acting normal that gives them this? But again, it doesn't always work out, especially when you have these characters that are supposed to be loner characters, and then suddenly they're all buddy and they're talking to people, and you don't know how they meet, especially when they're all in completely different isolated areas, and most of the characters don't even travel. Now, some characters do, but most characters will stick to a certain area. And it's just... why are they all friends? How did they meet? Yeah, same thing with enemies. Why are they enemies? Are they going after the same people? There's no general reason for them to really hate each other unless they rose into a conflict somehow. So that's a big problem with this, with friends and enemies and shipping. You don't know how they meet, why they're friends and stuff. And again, everyone's like, Slender Mansion, but okay. As I said, I don't think there should be a mansion where they just live. I think it's somewhere they can go in times when they absolutely need to, when it's down to desperate measures, about to be caught or in a terrible condition, and then they'll have to pay back a person running the mansion. And I do not think that it should be Slender Mansion. I think it should be some random, like, killer hotel or something that's well hidden and that they can go to for a break, and they have to somehow pay back the mansion runner. A lot of people also like to play that there's an underworld, and then there's also a sense of safety, but then that just gets confusing to me, because that makes no sense when you have human characters. Slender Mansion's the most common. So that's what I think. And also, shipping your character with a million different other characters, whether male or female, makes them a bad word I will not say. Stop having them sleep around with everyone. That's how you make a Mary Sue or Gary Stu, is it? Don't do that. Your character does not need to love everyone, and everyone does not need to love your character. Chances are a lot of these characters are going to be extremely emotionally scarred and such, or separated and stuff, and won't want to have a plethora of suitors. I'm just gonna say suitors. Some of them we can say lovers. And again, it takes away from the character, and suddenly they become this. There's someone standing at the corner rather than someone actually scary. So, yeah, I think that's all I have to say about these topics. Next video, we're gonna do OC and canon, and I said I had something else. Oh, stories. So OC versus canon, and with that we will also cover stories. That one may be a bit longer. Okay. Bye, guys! And again, I need stuff to review. Give me stuff to review. Give me an excuse not to write. I mean, I love you. So, maybe I'll start doing things other than creepypastas, but you'll probably hear me rambling about science and stuff. So, bye.